Conor McGregor, once the king of the UFC.
My second belt, where the is it? They should have had them 2 belts ready, spit showing for me.
The first double champ and the biggest name in MMA history.
I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the he wants.
But after years of setbacks, is he still a legitimate contender, or just the sport's biggest superstar?
Sorry I'm late, I don't give a fuck. I'm the big boss around here.
Is Conor chasing another title run, or are we just here for the spectacle?
To summon the gods of fighting to action. May they turn our combatants' knuckles to knives. And on Saturday night, may we all bleed in the honor of Philadelphia's rich fighting history.
Is Conor still a real title threat, or is he just here for a last-second money squeeze?
Bread of Philadelphia bars last night, enjoying myself. I had a few Philly cheesesteaks. I gave a big shout out to the Eagles, a big game this weekend. So go Birds! Let's go!
Welcome to Unfiltered Focus, your go-to source for in-depth analysis of the biggest stories in combat sports. If you're passionate about MMA and the UFC, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Now let's talk about Conor McGregor, his future in the UFC, and whether he still belongs in the title conversation. There's no denying Conor McGregor's impact on MMA. He took the UFC to new heights, became a 2-division champion, and made history inside and outside the cage. But in the last few years, things have changed. Since 2016, he has only won once in the UFC. With multiple losses and a devastating leg injury, the question is, does he still have what it takes to compete at the highest level, or is he living off past glory?
Tell us what you thought was going on. Just the thing had separated and we blade and landed on the wonky leg like Anderson Silva that time.
Conor says he's coming back for gold, but is that realistic? The lightweight and welterweight divisions are more stacked than ever. Can he really hang with guys like Islam Makhachev, Justin Gaethje, and Dustin Poirier at this stage in his career? Or is he heading down the same path as fighters like Nate Diaz and George Masvidal? No longer in title talks, but still the biggest, most lucrative names in the game.
With regard to Conor McGregor, what is the holdup with his return?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, the Ultimate Fighter was over back in August, and I can't imagine the plan was for him to be out as long as he's been.
Well, the first problem was that he broke that shin bone. He was recovering from that. That was one of the reasons we had it. And the other problem is he's fucking rich. Conor McGregor doesn't need money.
So are we at a point here where Conor McGregor may never fight for the UFC? Can you say that?
If you had shitloads of money, would you be sitting here right now asking me this fucking question?
So what's next? Is Conor gearing up for one last run at a UFC title? Or is he sticking to blockbuster fights with guys like Michael Chandler or Nate Diaz? Should the UFC keep him in the title picture? Or is it time to accept that McGregor is more of a spectacle than a serious contender? That's the big question on everyone's mind.
This is not over.